and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on? Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show. Sorry, throat's a little messed up today. I've been too busy saying, hey, you want high point -7? High point -7? Yeah, trust me, guys. It's been absolutely nuts for me at the sports books. But it's been nuts in pro wrestling, too. And by the way, we are Penn State. 13th national championship out of the last 15 years. New scoring record in the NCAA tournaments. Good job, Nittany Lions. Way to roll. Fantastic. But we're going to talk pros. We may get back to that Penn State thing a little bit. But let's get the boys on here. First, let's say hi to stylish, so smooth, stylish NJ Holiday. What's up?
What it do? What it do? Good morning. Excited to talk some wrestling. Very big as we rev up this road to WrestleMania. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you betcha. And here's a guy who is coming back from his team coaching in national championships. Was, I believe out at MSG, I think. Elite 8 team in the nation. What an unbelievable performance. Of course, also won a state title in Arizona. Yeah, you better call him Coach. Coach Rosie, what's up, my friend?
It was a heck of a run. I'm extremely blessed and grateful for the guys that put in the work. We have a special community over at Sunny Slope, so thanks for the kind words. But wrestling is heating up now, and with basketball being over, I can truly get into my passion, which is professional wrestling. And what better time than WrestleMania season, Double or Nothing upcoming. There's some big shows, a lot of indie shows coming to Vegas, so I'm fired up. Final Four, let's holla.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy lead up to WrestleMania here. So let's get this party started, shall we? I suppose we better talk about AEW Revolution first. As well, I got to go down to LA, had a great time down there. And I know, Coach, you were there as well. I was a little closer, though. I got to see all the crazy stuff going on in the ring. And, boy, where to begin? I'm gonna say this first, though, that, sitting with the media guys down there, and after the first 4 matches were over, and I'm talking about the 3 pre-show matches and then FTR and the Young Bucks, we were all kind of looking at each other saying, I'm good. Those are 4 great matches. Let's go home. And we still had a full card to go. I mean, that's how good this show was. And, I got to give Tony Khan and the team credit. They did an unbelievable job. That might be Tony flying around Coach Rosie right now, saying hi and saying, yeah, you're right, Mark.
Could be.
As a Tweety bird. But, yeah, that was, man, that card was just amazing. We kicked that off. Big Boom AJ gets his pop out there like he always does. It's unreal. But I got a great picture of Wayne Brady. They pulled Wayne Brady in, NJ.
Yeah,
they have Wayne Brady in there. He's in there getting clobbered by the infantry for a little bit, and then standing tall at the end.
I love that. Them being in Hollywood to get some actors involved, especially Wayne Brady with an all-black faction. I love to see it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun with Wayne Brady to kick the card off. Will Nightingale holds on to her TBS championship, but they did set her up for the schmaz, like we said was going to happen on the show last week. Jack Perry, our boy Jungle Jack, Coach, wins the national championship in that 21-man blackjack battle royal, and in his home city, gets the win. At the presser afterward was talking about his dad and how many times he'd been to Crypto.com, with his father. Yeah, that was a touching story.
when that video of the short bus pulling up with Jurassic Express, spray painted on the front, Luchasaurus driving it, that brought back a lot of memories for the day oneers of AEW because uh, Jungle Boy, and I'll always call him Jungle Boy. I don't care. That's his origin. That's who he was. I mean, I consider Jungle Boy one of the pillars. He's had a lot of great moments and a lot of shaky moments in AEW, which make him a true pioneer and foundationary member of AEW because he's had a lot of success and he's had some run-ins and some failures. So through all the ups and downs, it's great to see Jack Perry become the national champion. That was a huge pop. And then when they rolled into the pay-per-view, I love that. People complained about it when it happened at Wrestle Dream. It happened again at Revolution, and the pop was tremendous. The pyro mixed in with all the high spots that they were doing in the ring with pure poetry. To me, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great match, and I don't think Luchasaurus can drive that bus though. I think he needs some practice. I saw him on Dynamite, and he had that sucker turned sideways. You better watch out for the big man there. Yeah, that was fun to talk to Jack at the press conference afterward too. FTR Young Bucks. FTR holds on to the titles, but NJ, the whole kids coming out. They brought the kids. They brought the family. They still got beat. But I got to tell you, it was funny because I managed to get into the arena a little bit early. So I knew the kids were coming out because they were having the kids come in and practice jumping on the ropes and stuff. But how much fun that must have been for the Jacksons to have the kids in there, man.
That was a good moment that those kids can remember for the rest of their lives, the little Bucks. And then it's just good to see the legacy of the Young Bucks is in good hands in the future. So when Nick and Matt decide to hang it up, the fact that they got this leniency of like kids that come up behind them and continue their pop's legacy within wrestling, girls and boys, it was a beautiful thing to see, especially just giving them that moment to come out with an entrance. And then them kids just looking at all those people in the crowd. It's amazing because, like I said, now that just fuels the fire for them to want to pursue the career of being a pro wrestler just like their father. So that whole interaction, getting them involved in the match, getting them involved in the storyline, and then the big pop with the returns at the end of that match was just a beautiful, beautiful, well-done segment put together by All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, it was. And, then at the end, you get Adam Copeland and Christian to come out. And, we saw that followed up on Dynamite. But, guys, as much as people seem to want to bust on Adam Copeland, I don't know why, because when that music hits and he comes out, Coach, they go crazy. I'm sure you heard the pop for it.
No, I was watching that match. I took my break and actually watched it. And then to have Christian come out, I mean, they hit us with the 1-2 punch because the sonic boom of Edge coming out, because the graphic was kind of cryptic, and then you started to see the pieces come into place. And then that first note of his music, bam, boom, roof comes off. He does his stuff, and then Christian's music hits. We're all looking up at the stage and popping. He's coming from the other way. Boom, they hit us again, and it was just the emotion of that match was tremendous. And then the three in the ring, we got some great stuff. AEW's back.
Yeah, so we're gonna get. I keep trying to not say Edge, but Adam Copeland and Christian.
Yeah,
against FTR at Dynasty. But I think NJ, they are getting ready for a ladder match or a TLC match or something along those lines at All In. I mean, I have a feeling this is going to be a lot of fun over the next 4 or 5 months with those three teams just duking it out. And give it to me. Every second of it. I'll take it. I love it.
Yeah, let me get more of that. The Edge and Christian versus Young Bucks is very, very rare in 2026 that we have more dream matches lined up that we really want to pay attention to see and pay some money to watch on pay-per-view. But shout out to AEW. They put out the My AEW app, you know what I'm saying, just recently giving the fans a chance to get back to like the WWE Network that we used to have 10 years ago when it was like $10 a month for a whole archive of wrestling to watch when and wherever we want. and have access to watch all the new pay-per-views. So shout out to my AEW. So that alone, that story that they're building within the tag team division, because we saw the Young Bucks, they had this opportunity like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when they fought the Hardy Boys right up the freeway over here at T-Mobile. And we saw that dream match was the Hardys versus the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. So for AEW to be able to put this nice story in place, to able to put another tag team dream match on the table, Edge and Christian versus the Young Bucks. Applaud all around to Tony Khan and AEW. I'm excited to see where the story goes moving forward.
You know, I wish the Hardys weren't under contract at TNA right now. I'm sure they're thrilled to be.
Well, that's Sammy Guevara's fault.
Could you imagine if you could, and the Dudleys did the retirement match, but can you imagine if they could put the Dudleys and the Hardys in with all those guys?
Yeah.
I mean, and then steal the Usos. You know what? Let's have Triple H just get them on loan for a day. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that the WWE tag team scene has just gone back into chaos, but the AEW tag scene is fantastic, and I can't wait to see more out of this. Now, there's a story after this match. Timeless Tony Storm beats Marina Shafir. A few things happened to this match, boys, and I want to get your feedback on this, Coach. I don't know if you got to see it live or you just saw it later on, but that match finished up on what I am calling the nipple nibble. I think that's a pretty tame enough name to use, but Tony bit Maria on the chests. That was kind of crazy, Coach.
It's pay-per-view. Anything can happen on pay-per-view. There's no regulation when it comes to that. The pop wasn't huge for that, but the memories were.
I think people just didn't realize what was happening until it was too.
Right.
Plus, I mean, I could see it because I got a couple good shots of it because it was facing my way towards the hard cam. But I don't think a lot of people could see what was going on. But NJ, isn't that illegal? That's illegal.
Anything's legal when it comes to AEW. We've seen far worse. So shout out to Tony Storm giving us a new GIF, a new gift. So like that right there, that's going to be played. That's going to be shared throughout the IWC for the foreseeable future. So shout out to Tony Storm and Marina Shafir. That was actually a very, very, very good match.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Well, then Ronda Rousey comes out. She's friends with Marina, and she's standing in the ring. Tony Storm comes in. They get into it. And so there's two things that happen with that. First, Ronda Rousey, Coach, showing up in AEW. Some people are saying she's not under contract per se, but man, that if they keep working with her, that's a big deal, Coach. It really is, especially with the pay-per-view match coming up.
Yeah, it's win-win for both parties because Ronda can get out there and get eyes on her for her upcoming match against Gina Carano, and AEW can get the viewership because people are excited to see Ronda back. They're excited to see her fight Carano, and anytime there's a big fight, a real fight, and they start trickling down into professional wrestling, it brings eyes to professional wrestling. It's kind of a revenge move that she's doing against TKO, because she said that she was, not in good negotiations with TKO. They kind of strung her along for the match against Carano. So for her to get in the ring with AEW, will kill two birds with one stone. She got her match against Carano. We'll get eyes on her, and in her opinion, she's got enough star power to take some eyes away from WWE. I don't agree with her, but you got to respect her for what she believes.
Well, speaking of killings, though, on Dynamite on Wednesday, Tony Storm was back in the back, and she got whacked. They come back and find her in a pool of blood, laid out, and the news behind that is that Tony Storm has apparently suffered some sort of injury or something. Maybe, who knows? Maybe she's pregnant too, but no one's really said anything. But she is out at least for the rest of the year. And in chat box, 2-man 316, Timeless got whacked and out for the rest of the year in AEW. So much for Ronda versus Timeless in All in London. Yeah, so a great storyline kind of gets busted up, NJ. We still don't know why, but Tony's gone, man, and that's a shame because AEW was so close to having that roster completely injury free. And then you lose Tony.
Yeah, they lose Tony. It's unfortunate. Tony's been on the roll. Like I said, I saw the match and it was a very good one. And to see them being able to give the spotlight to a featured women's match on that amazing AEW Revolution card shows all the talent and work that Toni Storm has put in to become a big star and then show that she doesn't need the AEW main title to be a big figure on the AEW roster and all the storylines. So to see that, yeah, some injury happened to her in that match some way, somehow, or if she's blessed with the news of having a kid and then she's just taking off television, then that was a great way to write her off. Great way to write her off, but it's unfortunate that she got hurt. And then WWE, they was ready. They did a pivot. It's already been announced that Mercedes Moné is officially returning to the ring. So shout out to them and shows how stacked AEW's women's division is. Oh. So when one goes down, another one's ready to come back.
And Britt Baker's still sitting out.
Yeah.
She's still sitting out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mercedes lost more titles. She's down to 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Lost a couple of the overseas titles. Got a standing ovation, though. Good for her. I mean, she's really, I think other than just the storyline with Mercedes, by the way, that she has really become is being a terrific ambassador for women's wrestling across the world. And all these people that she has wrestled and, lost, took titles from and then lost from, just elevating women around the world, Coach. I mean, that's a hell of a job by Mercedes.
Yeah, it's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way the camaraderie and the unwritten rules of wrestling were written back in the day. She's a legend now. She cemented her name in professional wrestling. And when you do that, you use your swag and your aura, and you throw that to some of the younger wrestlers to give them their push. I truly respect her. She caught a lot of flack for catching all those, winning all those titles, but she had a long-range goal and a long-term plan of, eventually losing those titles and truly putting over 10 or 11 women in their territory and make them legends for beating Mercedes Moné, for beating Sasha Banks. That's going to go a long way. That's going to be something that they can tell their kids about. I beat Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné for the title. It goes a long way.
Yeah. And one other quick thing about Toni Storm, and then we go to break. AEW put out a T-shirt with that picture. If you saw the show, where she was laid out, and with the blood coming out of her head, and they put a shirt out that said, "Who killed Toni Storm?" So they're creating a murder mystery behind this, but people are flipping out because they made a murder scene T-shirt. They scream about ice, but don't make that T-shirt. And Jay, are you serious?
I mean,
come on, it's for fun.
It is for fun. It is for fun. Like I said, a little bit of the IWC gets too sensitive about things. Like I said, in 2026, it's a hit or miss with the crowd nowadays, which is good. Because like I said, nothing is for certain. You never know how one crowd is going to react to whatever you put out there. But shout out to AEW because this is a great storyline. It's a great opportunity to showcase and usher in a new woman into the AEW women's division. So let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the reason that Tony's out for. That's going to be fascinating. All right, we've got a whole lot more. We're going to keep going through AEW Revolution. We've got new tag champs in WWE. Oh, you're not going to believe who they are. And, of course, so much more going on. And El Grande Americano, the second one, is a hero in Mexico. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
If you live in Clark County, you are at risk of developing non-smoking lung cancer. Radon is a naturally occurring radioactive gas that gets into homes and increases one's risk of lung cancer, and it exists here in Clark County. Radon is colorless and odorless, so the only way you know if your radon level is elevated in your home or office is by testing. To get your free test kit, visit our website with a new interactive map to find a pickup location nearest you at www.extension.unr.edu/radon. 21,000 people die of lung cancer each year, and Nevadans are at a higher risk. If an elevated level of radon is found, there are ways to reduce it and lower the risk of getting lung cancer. Get your free test kit today. Visit our website with a new interactive map to find a pickup location nearest you at www.extension.unr.edu/radon. Sponsored by the University of Nevada, Reno Extension's Radon Education Program, and aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich, creamy Frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate Frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
1015 FM KDAWN. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Oh, is that me? Yeah, that's right. It is my show. I'm sorry. I almost forgot that for a second. Welcome back to the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 1015 FM, the Talk of Las Vegas. We're also streaming on the Odyssey app. If you don't have the Odyssey app, especially what's going on right now that we picked up the LA Dodgers, so we're kind of splitting the broadcasts on KDAWN. So if you want to keep listening to the shows that are normally on, not getting preempted by the Dodgers, you really want to get that app right now, AUDACY, and then you're not going to miss a thing. If you want to do talk shows that we have on here, like Jimmy Fallon and the show I produce, Steve Sanchez. So easy for me to say, the Steve Sanchez show and so many others. You're going to want that Odyssey app so you can listen to that whenever the Dodgers are on. So make sure you get that, and you'll have baseball and politics. Fun, right, guys?
Big time.
There you go, NJ. Thank you for chiming in. Yeah, Coach got attacked by that bird. We'll see him in a little bit. I think Coach did get attacked by the bird.
He probably did.
Yeah. Oh, it's not good. We'll get Coaching back here in just a little bit. Continuing on AEW Revolution, which took place on Sunday, and Coach trying to work his way back here. He's moving around, I think. He's getting chased by the bird. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. Coach fighting for his life. Coach versus the.
I don't know where I'm at.
Came and scooped him up.
Yeah, we're live streaming. There you are.
There
yeah, we are live streaming the show too, by the way, on X, Facebook, and YouTube. So just look for the Mark Hoke Show. You'll find
gotta
us.
Give the people what they want. Zoom in on Coach.
Yeah, he's having trouble there.
I'm here. I can't figure out why my camera flipped.
I don't know, Coach. By the way, is it your birthday today?
It was my birthday yesterday. I turned 52, and I was stuck in Newark Airport in the TSA line for about 3 hours. But I got home and we had a wonderful dinner, and it was good to see my family. I hadn't seen them for a week, so we had a good time.
Awesome.
Happy belated birthday, Coach. Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, real quick on that, on all the airport stuff. I don't know if you guys saw this, but did you see that they're sending the ice guys in to help clear the lines? How about that?
That's crazy word.
So
They need
don't
somebody because lines, terminals, everything. It was chaotic. It was. I mean, yeah, the amount of time we had to wait, but there's also a security risk when there's less agents there to take care of business. Things can slide through. So it's not a good thing overall. And those people are working for free. So if you're out there and you're in the airports, give them a thank you, because I don't think anybody would work for free, but they have to because they're there to serve the people.
Yeah, you might want to withhold those F-ice chants or you're going to get a cavity search. It's not going to be good. So just control it while you're at the airport. We have new women's tag team champions. This is where the card kind of slowed down just a little bit. And I think we all needed it because, man, it was just nonstop from start to finish. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Moxley and Takeshita. Moxley wins his championship, gets a submission on Takeshita and Jay. Geez, another great match.
An amazing match. I was about to say match of the night, but like I said, AEW Revolution was stacked from top to bottom. It was a good showing for Takeshita. It was a great bout for Moxley, a win. Like I said, they gave him the pass out. They protected him by not having him tap. But like I said, what followed is what became the talking subject for IWC. So to see the big return from one, Will Ospreay,
yes,
and go right after the Death Riders was the big talking point. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But shout out to the return of Will Ospreay after having successful neck surgery. It was just exciting to see him back in that big video they played for him coming out of the sleeping chamber and returning to AEW.
That was pretty amazing. And Ospreay probably got the pop of the night that night, Coach. You know, so Will's back. But let me ask you a question, Coach, about Takeshita. Do you think at some point, maybe in the next couple of years, and I know that the contenders are stacked up for the AEW World Championship, but would you have the guts to put the title on Takeshita, who's, you know, the English is a little shaky, but, you know, okay. But do you think that he could be the guy at some point?
Of course. You know, this was another 1-2 punch because a lot of people had Takeshita winning this match. You know, he was just a New Japan World Champion. He's built up a lot of credibility. You know, there's ways you can get around the mic work and the promos. You know, everybody thought he was going to win. It was unexpected that he didn't. You know, there's a lot of guys in AEW that should have a run at the AEW Championship, but Takeshita's already a proven world champion. You know, he can do things in the rings that other 6'7", 6'8" guys can't do. He's a younger version of Okada. You know, he's the guy that's going to be the future of wrestling. You know, he can some of those no sells he did, some of the strength he has to come out of a pin and just pull somebody up into a suplex. You know, he's got it all when it comes to the ring. You know, someone just has to have the guts and the faith to put the strap on him, put the rocket ship on him, and give him an opportunity. You know, eventually he's going to break away from the Callis family, and he's going to have a baby face run because a lot of people are already starting to cheer for him. So it's just a matter of time before he gets his opportunity to shine on a stage where he's a champion.
I'm looking forward to him and Okada beating each other up for about 6 months. I would be just fine with that. Thank you very much. And then we got to the women's tag match. Divine Dominion wins the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship with the injury from Willow earlier in the night when she and Lena Cross had already battled once. Nice win for Megan Bayne. Lena Cross was probably the slow point of the night, there, Nick. But, you know, look, it's so hard to build a pro wrestling card, and when you have so many people that are talented and putting on great matches, man, it's hard to find even a point to take a breather. But, you know, this I think was pretty well placed.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was well placed. The women showed up and showed out as a whole.
Oh yeah,
on all three matches of the card. So I'm happy. I was actually happy with the result. That's the way it needed to go. Provide some credibility to the other team, and to continue to keep the women's division fresh, not knowing the outcome of every match that they put on pay-per-view.
Yeah. So Megan Bain, Lena Cross are your new tag champs. And then we got to Swerve and Brody King. Boy, was this a fascinating match. I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen here. It's Brody King's hometown. Those chants went up. And Swerve, after taking a little bit of a beating from Brody, Swerve kicked his ass. And had him down on a cinder block at his head before they got rudely interrupted. But Coach, Swerve goes over on Brody King in Brody King's hometown. Does this put a damper a little bit on Brody King?
No. I mean,
okay.
He's not the guy that's going to put money in your bank account, Tony Khan. That's my man, Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
He has to be cemented as a killer right now. He has to be this Randy Orton style character that doesn't give a damn what he does to you, whether it's end your career, whether it's end your life, whether it's burn down your house. He's the guy that's going to snuff you out. And so far, he has taken out 2 of the AEW's major bulls. Kenny Omega, who made a great comeback, but to take out I'm just drawing a blank because I'm excited.
Brody King.
Brody King is huge. That guy is the kind of guy that you see in a motorcycle gang that you don't just put out like that. And not only did he put him out like that, he was about to snuff him out with that cinder block, but the Kenny run-in stopped all that. So it's just the ascension of Swerve's new character with the new music, with Nana's new persona. He's going in there instead of running out like a chicken. He's in there. It's going to be exciting what they're going to do with Swerve Strickland because he does not need the title. We're to have the elation of the fans. People love Swerve because it's Swerve's house.
Yeah, he got named the number 1 contender, but then said on Dynamite that he wants to go after Kenny Omega's EVP spot. So I'm wondering what direction this is going to totally go. But another great performance by Swerve Strickland and Brody King too. Tekla beats Chris Statlander, best of 3 falls match. I don't think we really expected anything else. But Tekla was in the press conference at the end, and that woman, NJ, has so much swagger about her. I mean, there's female wrestlers, and then there's her with her attitude. I mean, to me, it's kind of past the attitude that Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné had. I mean, she just feels like when she walks in a room, it's hers. It's hers. And if you don't think it's hers, she's going to take it from you. I mean, I am so impressed with how she carries herself, NJ. It is amazing.
Yeah, no, she's starting to grow on me. She is.
Oh, I bet she is.
She's starting to grow on me. The way I didn't think, I was trying to figure out why, to be honest, a few months back, why she was signed. But the more and more matches I've been seeing, she can wrestle. She can put out a flat-out 7-star classic with the right opponent like she had at Revolution, given opportunity, given the right story behind it, given the right feud, given the right spotlight. Her and Chris Statlander turned the house down.
Yep.
I love the 2 out of 3 falls match. I loved how she cheated her way to get the first fall with holding the ropes. Then she went out there. She did a little pose. She did a little emo. She did a little taunt. And I like how Chris Statlander rallied back. She got a pinfall back on her. And now we tied 1-1. And then, of course, this is your big true heel in the women's division. So, of course, her cronies had to come out. Julia Hart and Scott Blue, they got involved. Chris Statlander let her guard down. Tekla took advantage, and then boom. Now you have the championship revolving around these 3 girls, these 3 pillars of your women's division. So I love it. And like I said, I like the fact that you got that good interview with her at the end of the show, too, to further spotlight why she is the AEW Women's Champion.
Yeah. It's kind of like an Eddie Guerrero swagger.
Oh, definitely
You
is.
know, I mean, that's kind of so she did kind of the little shimmy shake during the match.
Yeah,
too.
she did the Viva La La, so she was shaking it.
Yeah,
And outside.
And I want to congratulate referee Paul Turner, by the way, who got a little action in that match when Tekla took his belt off.
Oh yeah.
So way to go, Paul. Big points for you, brother.
Hell yeah. Way to go, Paul.
Man, getting your belt taken off by Tekla on pay-per-view. All right. I'll take it. We have new world trios champions, Mystico and Jet Speed, knock off the Don Callis family, take the trios championships back off. But I think that the bigger story on this is that Mystico is now under contract with AEW. He's going to be going back forth to CMLL in there. And of course, he's been selling out CMLL for a very long time right now. But many people, Coach, think that Mystico is one of the top 5 wrestlers in the world. And you could just hear in the press conference that Tony Khan was just so happy to have him there. What does this mean for Mystico's career, as he now not only is going to be the dominant guy in CMLL, but is going to get a big shot here in AEW?
Yeah, it's huge for him. I mean, a lot of people forget that. That's Sin Cara. You know, Sin
Yeah.
Cara is a legend. You know, when his run in WWE was fun, it was tremendous, it was exciting. So then for him to become Mystico and cement himself in CMLL is amazing. But this is huge for AEW. If you take a look at it, AEW possesses the contract of every number 1 wrestler from foreign countries. You got the number 1 wrestler from England, Ospreay, the number 1 wrestler from Mexico, Mystico, the number 1 wrestler from Australia, Kyle Fletcher, the number 1 wrestlers from Japan with Takeshi and Okada. You know, they are making a worldwide move to be the top worldwide promotion when it comes to professional wrestling. So I'm happy not only for Mystico, but for AEW for expanding their reach worldwide.
Yeah, it is impressive. And so we'll see where the road goes for Mystico, but they are a fun team. And by the way, before we go to break, I got to say something about Speedball Mike Bailey too. There's a Canadian wrestler there for you.
Yeah.
That, you know, you'd see him in TNA when he was in there, and you know, I don't think if he necessarily got the spotlight that he should have, but man, now that he's in AEW and he's with a lot of these top guys, and Jay, he's one of the best on the planet. I'm just going to say it right now. He is. I mean, just the matches that he has been putting on, especially if you've been watching Dynamite and Collision. Amazing. This guy is something else, and he's funny as hell too.
Huge underrated signing.
Yeah,
we've all known about Mike Bailey for years. This is a guy that he was like the number 1 wrestler on the independent scene before getting signed to TNA those years ago, where he was working at least 4 or 5 days in a row. I remember like WrestleMania weekend, he would always be the standout independent star on all the big shows, having all the big matches. So yeah, TNA, he had the X Division title, but no, he didn't have a spotlight like this. I saw it was a good like tit for tat when WWE signed Aleister Black, and the AEW responded by snagging up Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
And it went under the radar. But yeah, it was a great response from AEW to get him. And it's a great way they've been showcasing him one-on-one matches in the tournament. And now him being a trio champion alongside a good friend of mine, Kevin Knight. And then in that amazing 6-way match with Okada. He was in there with Okada.
Yeah.
Like you just said, the number 1 wrestler in Japan, AEW guys. But Mike Bailey was up in there standing toe-to-toe with him. And now he's standing side by side with the number 1 wrestler coming out of Mexico and Sin Cara, now Mystico. So shout out to Mike Bailey. He's doing more than earning every penny that he's gotten from AEW. So shout out Mike Bailey.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, once again, if you're wondering why you're hearing birds in the background, Coach Rosie just got back from the night, and it's okay. I think it's kind of fun. Coach Rosie just got back from coaching the national championships. It was his birthday yesterday, and he's just kicking it out on the porch on the live stream, looking sharp, smiling big, and he deserves to have all the birds tweeting around him like Snow White.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
I'll call you Birdman from now on. All right, stick around there, everybody. We're going to keep talking about AEW Revolution, and then we got to head over to WWE. Some interesting things happening as we're getting down the road to WrestleMania. Boys, this is getting close. Vegas is going to be under attack soon. What are we going to be seeing? We'll talk about it when we come back. Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. NJ Holiday, Coach Rosie, and little old me. We'll be right back.
If you need to sell your house,
talk to Aaron Taylor.
You want to sell it fast and get the most cash, talk to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Buying or selling a home isn't just another transaction. It's the biggest financial decision of your life. And let's be honest, trust matters. That's why so many people choose Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. With decades of experience, thousands of homes sold, and hundreds of 5-star Google reviews, our reputation speaks for itself. We help sellers get top dollar, even offering cash advances and repairs to maximize value. We buy homes in any condition, distressed, outdated, or even the nasty ones, fast and hassle-free. Residential, commercial, luxury, we do it all. Our marketing is unmatched, always getting our clients the most money possible. If you want honesty, professionalism, and results, call the real estate guys today. 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. License number 38886. Call for details.
talk to Aaron Taylor,
The real estate guy.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
1015 FM KDAWN. You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
All right, let's get back to the best of pro wrestling news and entertainment on the Mark Hoke Show here at KDAWN, coming at you from Las Vegas, home of WrestleMania 42. Oh, God, this city's going to be nuts in a month. Absolutely nuts. We'll talk about what's coming because it looks like we're setting some more stuff up, including, by the way, we'll tease you a little bit. Brock Lesnar has an opponent, in case you didn't hear. But we'll talk about that hour number 2. NJ Holiday, Coach Rosie. We'll have Coach for the rest of the hour, and then he's off to say hi to Jesus, which I cannot blame him for.
Whoa.
Let's go to church.
Whoa. Okay. Well, the way that was put out there, like
he's going to say hi to Jesus. What's wrong with that?
That was kind of like, yeah, that was kind of tough. How is he gonna go say hi to Jesus? The way you said it, like, man, somebody gonna come over there on his porch and just put him out, or what's going on? The way you say it, is that bird?
See, you're thinking gangster. I'm thinking going to church.
Is the bird gonna take him up to Jesus, or what was you referring to? The way you
Those
said
are the
that.
angels, the doves, the angels are.
You just all you gotta say is Coach is gonna catch Sunday service or something.
Yeah.
Told him to see Jesus was kind of.
He's saying hi. He didn't say he was going to see him.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Man, there's the cultural difference, MJ.
Yeah, in my hood, you can't say that in my hood, bro. That's kind of bad. That's kind of tough.
All right. Well, no, nobody's assassinating Coach Rosie.
I would hope not. We love Coach. He just won a national championship. That's how you reward him?
Didn't win it.
One state title. Not state title.
State title. A title is a title, though, Coach. Don't down credit your success.
And beat Vegas's Bishop Gorman by 20. We put a 20 piece on Bishop Gorman, all you Vegas people.
Nice. Good
Belts
work.
to butt. That's what I'm talking about. Belt to butt.
Very good. But speaking of butts, good lead in, NJ, because we had Andrade El Idolo take on Bandito. El Idolo wins the match. And I got to tell you something about Andrade. You know, he's a very good wrestler, but he has found himself in this, third run, I guess, in AEW. You know, saying hi to the women, keeping the pants on, and then, dropping them when he finally feels like it. And the women are going nuts over this. They love it. They love this guy. But Bandito tried to do the same thing, not quite as successful. But NJ, this new cocky Lothario Andrade, it's working. It's working. I want him to wrestle for the world championship. I really do. What do you think?
I love it. Like I said, I was about to say Moxley and Takeshita had match of the night, but then Andrade and Bandito went out there and just stole the damn show.
Tore it up.
What did JBL say? Somebody called the damn shares because these boys just stole the show. That's what they did. They put on a hell of a clinic, but like we're no stranger to that. When it comes to Andrade, let's not forget this man had like a match of the decade not too long ago with him and Johnny Gargano main evented NXT TakeOver. They literally had match of the decade. I still haven't seen a match really beat that. But like I said, Andrade and Bandito, the way they're showcasing Andrade with the ladies in the front row and he getting the selfie. Because we was in Vegas. It was in Vegas. They had a whole line of them out here in the front row for him right next to West Side Gun with fourth rope. So Andrade is on a path to success. I love the way they're showcasing him. WWE, you had him for 2 years. You had this man for 2 years, let him slip under the cracks. You didn't showcase him in this way. But that image at the very end, when Don Callis came out there, rose his hand. Yes, I want to see him in the AEW world title picture. Like you said, not everybody can be there because you were just talking about, is Takeshita going to get the world title? So that's my next dream scenario for AEW, a dream match. Let's see a feud between a babyface Takeshita and this red hot heel and Andrade.
Oh.
And I bet they steal the damn show.
Wow, that's not a bad idea.
That's what I want to see with Don Callis in the middle, pulling the strings.
There you go. We had a 6-man match. Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong took on the Dogs. So Dave Finlay, Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors making their debut as a group. Coach, the Dogs lost. They lost. First time out there. And Gabe Kidd stormed our media scrum afterward. And I don't know, he was just cursing everybody in there. But are you surprised these guys lost their first match on pay-per-view?
No. Darby was in that match, and Darby wins. So you guys talk about you want this guy to be world champ. You want this guy to be world champ. The next world champ is going to be Darby Allin.
Wow.
Now that 6-man little escapade that he did for this last one is over, he's going after MJF, and he's going to have his moment where he's going to be lifting that AEW World Championship over his head. That's my prediction. I don't know when it's going to be, but the man that takes the title is going to be MJF. It's not going to be Will Ospreay.
Not before
this whole England thing. It might happen. I mean, he might win it in England, but the next person that's going to be taking that belt off MJF will be Darby Allin.
No, Coach is 100% right because that was the original plan. Had Darby not decided to take an expedition to climb the Mount Everest.
Yeah, and he got hurt. He was going to be back in time, but he got hurt, and so he was doing this. So
shout out to Tony sticking to the original plan, just delaying it by a year. But he's absolutely right. It doesn't hurt the Dogs at all. They lost their first their pay-per-view. It is what it is. Like I said, it goes into their persona. It goes into these mercenaries. Now they have an even more reason to come back strong. But you got to remember who was in the match. These are two of the pillars of AEW right now. This is Darby Allin. This is Orange Cassidy. And they're not just coming to LA to lay down for the new guys. Nah, but this gives all the reason for the Dogs to come back even more hungrier on Dynamite week after week after week, laying out Darby Allin or Orange Cassidy or whoever else they come across their path.
Yeah, Darby beat Gabe on that coffin match, but I disagree with you. I would have booked him to win the match, but that's just me, I guess. I like the bad guys sometimes. All right, and speaking of bad guys, well, Coach has got to go. Coach, thank you so much. And once again, happy post-birthday and congratulations on your state championship and top 8 finish in the nation, man.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Can't wait to see you guys in Vegas in a couple weeks, y'all.
You betcha.
Let's go, Coach. Congratulations again.
Right.
Happy belated birthday.
All right, and we'll be right back. Hour number 2. Still a lot more to talk about, including MJF, baby. We'll be right back.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Chuck, what happens if someone applied before and was denied?
Craig, I love this question, and the answer is simple. If you were denied in the past and still looking for a loan, before you go somewhere else and pay way too much, give us another shot. Everyone's situation changes. You may have a cosigner, a new job, a raise, who knows, but we're going to try to help.
I'm telling you, it seems like my credit score goes up and down each month.
Great point. We don't use a traditional credit score at the DLC, and you don't need great credit or collateral. We can also help you consolidate those expensive payday and title loans because we lend way more and charge way less.
Dollar Loan Center loves Nevada and lends up to $5,000 in minutes. Stop by a nearby location, apply over the phone, or online at don'tbebroke.com.
Subject to approval, limitations may apply. See website.
Tax season is here and scammers are taking advantage of it. Right now, criminals are posing as the IRS, Social Security, DMV, even the Federal Trade Commission, and they're getting more convincing than ever. They can spoof caller ID to make it look like real government numbers. They'll use actual employee names and fake badge numbers. Some will even send official-looking letters with government seals. Then comes the pressure. You owe money. Your benefits are being suspended. Legal action will be taken. Don't fall for it. Real government agencies will never demand payment, threaten you with arrest, or require wire transfers, gift cards, or cryptocurrencies. Pause and report fraudulent activity to the FTC. For more information, visit oem.nv.gov. Sponsored by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Nevada Office of Emergency Management Homeland Security, and your local emergency manager's office. In cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
KMXB HD3 Henderson, K268CS Las Vegas, 1015 FM KDAWN. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Threatening the enemy. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox News. Iran continues its strikes on Israel
as President Trump now threatens the country's power plants unless the Strait of Hormuz is reopened.
An Iranian ballistic missile slammed into a residential area overnight. It was a direct impact that injured more than 100 people. Apartments totally reduced to rubble, a bus totally destroyed in the aftermath of this Iranian strike. These strikes have continued throughout the day. And here in Iran, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking exclusively with Fox News about the situation.
Luckily, no one was killed, but that's due to luck, not their intention. Their intention is to murder civilians.
The operation has now entered week 4, and we do anticipate heavier strikes against the Iranian regime in the hours and days ahead.
Fox's Trey Yingst, Iran is threatening to retaliate to any strikes on their power plants with their own attacks on U.S. and Israeli infrastructure in that region. At least 10 people have been hospitalized and hundreds more had to be rescued after strong storms slammed Hawaii with the worst flooding it's seen since 2004.
Evacuation orders are in effect now for more than 5,500 people. Hospitals, airports, and schools have all been damaged in both Oahu and Maui. Officials estimating it could cause more than $1 billion in damage. And now a 120-year-old dam in Honolulu is threatening to fail, which could lead to catastrophic flooding. Actor Jason Momoa has been posting the devastation on his social media, saying he and his family are safe after evacuating when his home lost power Friday, but says that many people are not. Muddy floodwaters have already knocked homes off their foundations and washed away roads.
That is Fox's Chanley Painter. More rain is expected to fall throughout the rest of the week. More than 8,000 power outages have been reported so far. America is listening to Fox News.
Hello, everyone. This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
Neil McDonough portrays Jesus. Stacey Keach, Sean Astin, Michael York, and Kristen Bell provide the voices for some of Jesus's notable followers. A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told, The Life of Jesus.
Make sure to spread the word.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
This is Jason Chaffetz from the Jason in the House podcast. Join me every Monday to dive deeper into the latest political headlines and chat with remarkable guests to hear their take on American life, politics, and entertainment. And don't forget, there's always somebody doing something stupid somewhere.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com
or wherever you download podcasts.
Must listen to podcasts from Fox News Audio.
Opening day is March 26th, but it all starts with the Freeway Series.
Yo, no way.
As the Dodgers have a 3-game series with the Los Angeles Angels.
That's fantastic.
Coverage starts Sunday at 5 p.m. with first pitch at 6:07, exclusively on KDAWN.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on? Welcome to hour number 2 of the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. I've drank one Coca-Cola. I don't know, man. I've been slamming down soda the last 24 hours. Does it show, NJ? Am I peppy?
Very peppy. Love it. Love the energy. Bring the fire. It's hour number 2.
Let's go.
Let's get this thing on the way.
You betcha. Best in pro wrestling news and entertainment here on KDAWN 101.5 FM, the talk of Las Vegas, streaming on that Odyssey app. And like I said earlier, we're going to be splitting some of the broadcasts during the Dodgers games. So you're going to want to get that app so you can listen to the normal programming when the Dodgers are on. So go get that app right now, AUDACY. Not just our station, 220 stations, NJ. 220.
220. My head's about to explode.
Oh, man. Plus a ton of great podcasts on there, too. Of course, I'm the best.
Yeah, the best.
I'm the greatest show in the Odyssey family. There's no doubt about it. I wish my bosses think that, but, hey, it's all good. But get that app today, AUDACY. We're also live streaming on X, YouTube, and Facebook. We're on X at Mark Hoke Show. Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, YouTube, The Mark Hoke Show. We're also, by the way, on Instagram and TikTok at The Mark Hoke Show. So we're throwing content up there all the time. I kind of had to step back this week a little bit. I got some good stuff up there, though, from AEW Revolution. Had a nice video of Hangman Adam Page bashing MJF on the head with a light tube.
Oh,
that was a pretty good video. I got a new, much better phone than I had, so I'm very happy about how some of those videos came out. So go ahead and go out there and check that out and give us a follow there. And if you want to make comments in the chat box, and promise everybody, I'm seeing you, I'm getting to you. Let me just wrap up Revolution, and then we'll get to everybody's comments here. Final match of the night, MJF, Hangman Adam Page. And just when you thought this card couldn't get any better, the last chance Texas death match takes place. If Hangman Adam Page loses, cannot challenge for the AEW World Championship again, unless, of course, he just goes back on his word and says, screw it. But MJF comes out on top of this one. Some amazing moments in this one. You know, it was MJF's birthday and Hangman stapling a birthday card to him. Gave him a paper cut with him, too, between the fingers. That wasn't that's not a good birthday present, NJ. That's not.
No. It was a good match, to say the least. A lot of talking points. Shout out to MJF. I love the reference to Terry Funk.
Yes.
Him coming out in the tights. Shout out to the ECW legend, the Texas Deathmatch legend himself, Terry Funk. Rest his peace. But yeah, it was a well match. It was a great match. A lot of talking points, a lot of memorable moments. So once again, I want to give the flowers to not only to Terry Funk, but I want to give it to the champion of AEW, MJF, who's been doing a phenomenal job carrying the company through media rounds, representing the championship, representing the company as the leading man. We're doing the Super Bowl media, coming face-to-face with WWE Seth Rollins and promoting AEW, and then also him just being an extraordinary talent in all of professional wrestling, him even going down to the independent scene, House of Glory in his backyard of New York City, taking the time to go one-on-one with the hottest guy on the independent scene right now, the main one, Zilla Fatu. They had a phenomenal match at House of Glory for the AEW title. So shout out to MJF, just making his rounds, doing all these appearances, doing all these indie shows, but then also showing up for the promotion that he's the champion of, which is AEW, and doing a phenomenal match with Hangman Adam Page, being the headliner, being the main event, and retaining his AEW World Championship.
I got such a laugh out of when they brought that window out, and Hangman broke the glass and dragged MJF through it. But MJF incapacitated Hangman, and MJF goes and gets a broom and sweeps up the glass in the middle of the match. It was hilarious. He just finds a way to make you laugh while he's tearing somebody apart. They blew each other up. I mean, they had some explosive rigged and jumped off the top of the ramp, and just
the syringe in the mouth.
Oh, geez, you had to bring it up.
Yeah, I did. I had to. It came full circle. Hangman got his lick back.
He did.
He did. He got his lick back from when he did that to Swerve, and there's still cage match. It came full circle, and MJF repaid the favor to him. Let him see how it feels on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, but ends with it was Hangman Adam Page got a dog collar out. I mean, they were doing throwbacks to a lot of some of the Terry Funk stuff and a lot of both of their matches. You mentioned the syringe, and Hangman puts him in a dog collar and started dragging him around, and man, it was bad. But
the tombstone pile driver through the table, the red eye through the table.
It was brutal. And at the end, MJF ends up hanging Hangman himself, gets him to pass out, and the match ends. And we didn't get MJF in the presser at the end because it was a rough 40-minute match.
In the shot when his blood hit the camera. The blood hit the camera of Hangman, and it stayed on the camera. They didn't wipe it off. What a lasting image that was. Hangman's blood is on the camera, and then he's, like you said, so apropos and how poetic that was. Hangman got hung and passed out, and then the last image, his blood is on the camera, and MJF looking dead through the camera with holding the title above his head.
It was
what a lasting shot.
And I don't know if Hangman planned that or not.
He definitely didn't. You could tell because the way he ricocheted off of the rope when MJF finally let him go, and then the cameraman was just too close, and you could tell like whoever was in Gorilla, they was like, "Don't wipe your camera, don't wipe your camera, don't wipe your camera."
I would, yeah. I mean, that was amazing. And MJF, they aired this promo that MJF cut afterward, and he's just sitting in the hallway, slumped over. I mean, he's and bleeding like crazy, and just cuts a 10-15 minute promo after that. One of the things that I love about MJF is he has proven to be such a student of the game. That man knows his wrestling history back and forth. He understands what it takes to really be at that next level in the business over everybody else. And I'm not saying a guy like Roman Reigns doesn't know his wrestling history. You know, he's obviously been around it for his whole life. But there's just something about Max that you just feel like he's, you know, we talk about Coach going to church. Pro wrestling is his church.
Right.
You know, and he knows the Bible inside and out. And I think that's part of why keeping him on top as long as they can should be the priority. I don't care if he, doesn't, if he loses it all in, but I wouldn't mind seeing him hold on to the title for a long time. I have so much respect for the guy. I really do. So that's just me, I guess, but it shows that NJ puts in the work.
He does. He does more than that. He goes above and beyond. So like I said, I just love what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So MJF escapes now. Well, let's talk about Hangman a little bit too, because he supposedly now cannot challenge for the world championship. Now, somebody at the presser asked Tony and said, well, it's verbal. So Tony made that guy, and I know that he didn't plan it, but it kind of gave Tony an out on this. But Hangman's going to take some time off. But I kind of felt like Hangman was starting to lose crowd support a little bit over the past few months. Good for Hangman to take a step away for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, the redemption story, we saw it kind of like how we saw Cody finish his story at WrestleMania 40 in 2024. We saw Hangman finish his redemption story in 2025. He did all that needed to be done. He lost the title at World's End. He had his inevitable rematch, so to speak, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, Texas death match inside Los Angeles, one of the biggest markets in all of the U.S. He came up short. Hell of a match. Table exploded. He went through a table. He got some glass. He got the syringe. He lost. He got passed out. If there was ever a poetic, perfect way to write Hangman off, who is a father, has a family, it would be right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, now you got Will Ospreay back. You got Swerve back. You got Kenny Omega back. You got Edge back. You got Christian back.
There's a line.
You just signed Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah. If there was ever a time for Hangman to take a step back and enjoy the fruits of his labor, you know what I'm saying? The work that he put in all last year, it's right now. Go ahead and enjoy the spring. Go ahead and enjoy WrestleMania season. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and just take a break, refuel, give your body a break, get some necessary body therapy, and then ultimately, man, look, let the cowboy return to All In. Let him enjoy his summer. He's more than deserved it.
That's one of the things that when people will say that Tony has signed too many people to the roster, the one really good thing about it is that he can do that. He has enough talent there that he can let a guy like Hangman Adam Page say, go ahead and take a few months off, man. You worked hard for me for 2.5, 3 straight years. Dude, it's all right.
Let's not forget Darby left too. Darby was gone too. You know what I'm saying? And Hangman, he carried the torch.
Yeah. So, when people gripe about that, think about the reasons why. There are reasons why. And one other thing I want to mention before we hit the chat box and then move on to WWE, that 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the national championship. Let me give you the names that were in this. Normally, NJ, when you see a match like that, you got a lot of the the low card guys in there. It's kind of filler stuff. It was this is the order of elimination. Rocky Romero, Austin Gunn, AR Fox, Johnny TV was in the Scorpio Sky, Leo Rush, who did a great job. Dralistico, Anthony Bones, Dalton Castle, the Beast Mortos, Trent Beretta, Commander, Daniel Garcia, Shibata, Lush, Ace Austin, Tommaso Ciampa, Juice Robinson, El Clone, Ricochet, and then Jack Perry won it. Dude, that's an opening match with that list of people. I was looking around and I'm waiting for, some of the Ring of Honor guys to come out for that. I'm like, this is amazing. That's your opening battle royal.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was amazing. 'Cause like I said, like, you just see how AEW can still find a perfect way to showcase all the underrated, the under the radar 5-star clinic guys. You know what I'm saying? He still found a way to showcase them on one of his biggest shows of the year in the biggest market in one of the primetime cities in all of USA. So shout out to AEW for giving those guys an opportunity to cut their teeth, continue to get their reps, and to continue to be showcased. So a lot of promotions don't do that. And we know a lot of the main one I'm talking about is WWE.
Yeah, just say it.
Yeah, so shout out to AEW. Yeah, that's one thing why they continue to show why they are truly all elite.
Yeah, and nothing against WWE, but
Right.
if they have a match like that, they're bringing out about 15 guys that you have no shot at winning.
Right.
And, just to fill in, take some beatings from 5 guys that are your main people in the match. But I mean, that list of talent is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's head over to WWE. And I honestly wasn't sure where to start, but I think the first thing that I want to go to is Brock Lesnar has an opponent for WrestleMania. The open challenge has been answered as Obafemi came out and clobbered Brock Lesnar, power bombed him through the ground. I swear to God, what an amazing hit that was. So we've got Brock and Oba now at WrestleMania. And the debate begins, who wins this match? It's going to be colossal. And by the way, kudos to Brock, who was telling Oba what to do after he laid him out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that he did that. I mean, he's watching out for the guy. There's no selfishness there. So what do you think? First, NJ, do you like the matchup? And who should go over in this thing?
I love the matchup. I love it. W creative team. It's a great way to bounce back with this debacle that Gunther is in right now.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's going to be in there. The original plan for Gunther was to continue putting heads of WWE legends on his mantle, starting with Goldberg and then John Cena and then AJ Styles. And then their plan was for him to retire Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got hurt, so that got nixed. But for them to rebound, and you got the Beast incarnate, I'm excited. And like I said, I love it with Obafemi because Kofi said it best. Shit, avenge us. Yeah. And we saw what Brock did to the African American athletes of old. When it comes to The Rock, when it comes to Bobby Lashley, when it comes to Kofi Kingston, when it comes to Omos, Brock beat them all. So. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. It's a tradition that we do with WWE booking. They have a Titan versus Titan match, a powerhouse versus powerhouse match. Obviously, night 1, it looks like we're gonna have Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Night 2, you should have Brock versus Oba. That's gonna be a bar burner. So a Titan versus Titan match on both nights of the card. But I love it. I love it. But you asked who's going over,
and that score is gonna be tricky.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's gonna go over. Brock's gonna win. The crowning moment for Oba, honestly, the fact that he has a match, he has a marquee match, he's going up against Brock Lesnar. But the fact that Oba just got called up to the main roster, literally, in January, you're telling me your 4th month in, you're gonna just have him beat Brock Lesnar on his WrestleMania debut. At that, Oba hasn't even been in a WrestleMania, so for his debut, I saw y'all. Keep in mind that a lot of debuts have left with dubs. Like last year, Jacob Fatu left with the United States title, beat LA Knight. I get that. But Oba versus Brock is Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? So the crowning moment for Oba is just the fact that he's in the match. He's in a marquee match. But ultimately, Brock Lesnar gets over again. But then you build Oba. You give him a like a coming out moment. You give him this big debut WrestleMania to where he puts it on Brock Lesnar. But ultimately, Brock Lesnar, he does what he did to Samoa Joe. When they had their first time ever match, Samoa Joe whooped his ass. I kid you not, maybe 90% of the match, and then Brock comes back at the end with F5. 1, 2, 3.
And guess what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to totally disagree with you.
That's good. We don't
totally disagree.
We don't need to be on the same page.
I do not want Oba to lose this match.
That's fair.
I feel like you have potentially your next big superstar there. And I don't want him taking a loss this early. I don't. I know that Brock and Paul supposedly told WWE he's not losing till his retirement match. Period.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want to have Oba this early on go down. I want him to win this match. And you know what? Bring Gunther out. You know, with this whole, and you mentioned him, this whole thing that happened that screwed his matchup. Bring Gunther out and have him screw over Brock Lesnar. And then guess what we get for, SummerSlam or however long they want to do it.
Or their next trip to Saudi Arabia or something.
We get Gunther and Brock Lesnar and a ticked off Brock Lesnar against Gunther. I'm good. But I don't want to hurt the young guy. Because how many times have we seen WWE bring somebody up, get them on a roll, and then and you give them a loss and they go. And I don't think Oba's going to go poof, but
and I'm gonna tell you why he's not.
Hurts.
I'm gonna tell you why he's not going to go poof, because keep in mind why Oba came out. He came out because Seth Rollins is not medically cleared, right? So WWE did a great job of like taking a pivot and getting Oba to kind of like be his ruler, I guess, or be his savior. So Seth Rollins, yes, is going to have some type of involvement some way, somehow. And what's going to happen is it's going to inadvertently cost Oba. So then the next thing that you can do immediately following Oba losing to Brock is now you can have another marquee, because we've seen it before. At the WrestleMania 2 years ago, Seth Rollins had a marquee match with another African-American star, which is Omos on Backlash. So your next move afterwards, and I know Triple H is going to do it, once Seth gets cleared, you got Seth Rollins versus Oba Femi. So you have something for Oba to do while Brock takes a vacation again.
Triple H, I hope you're listening, because NJ and I are available.
Facts.
Look at that. It's two great ideas.
Stay woke.
We're brilliant.
Yeah, stay woke.
Brilliant. So get ready for that one. That is going to be a hell of a match at WrestleMania. All right, we have a whole lot more to talk about. I have a list in here, NJ. You can see it. It's like this long. I don't know how much we're going to get to, but we'll give it a try. But more coming out of WWE. We've got Ted DiBiase Jr. Did he end up going to jail?
Ooh.
And the passing of a legend who I think is part of the greatest tag team of all time. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
I used to work for the insurance companies. I saw their delays, excuses, and lowball offers. Every time someone got hurt, I realized this system wasn't built for you. It never will be. So now I fight for the injured, for the people the system tries to ignore, for those the insurance companies hope will take whatever they're offered. At Sam & Ash, we make sure you get what you actually deserve. Call Sam & Ash Injury Law at 702-820-1234. Injury lawyers who win.
I've protected accident victims while flashy lawyers stack easy money and bullshit awards. I started a law firm that sets a new standard. At Sam & Ash Injury Law, we go to war against insurance companies to get you what's right. We protect you from greedy corporations and their careless clients. We force them to pay for what they've done. If you've been injured, visit samandashlaw.com. We fight, you win.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
1015 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Next up on the Mark Hoke Show, Mark gives NJ Holiday the Three Amigos.
The Three Amigos is crazy. Viva la lanza.
Actually, NJ would probably kill me in a ring.
Oh, it's a wrap.
You know, you got to take me along sometime, though. I'll like carry your gear to the ring or something, man.
Oh, no, we definitely can. Like I said, founder, Coach Inc. Like I said, I got the whole squad with me. Shout out to my brother Eli Knight, who just got signed to WWE NXT every Tuesday night. You can catch him in the speed division. He's got the tag team match coming up this Tuesday night on NXT. Listen to it. Remember who you hear it first. Your favorite holiday, NJ Holiday, Coach Inc., Eli Knight, every Tuesday night, speed division on NXT.
I like Thanksgiving a little better than you, NJ. It's close, though.
Okay.
It's close.
Okay.
Sorry, I like the food. Maybe if you cook me dinner, we'll see how it goes.
I got you.
All right.
We can make something. We can get you some soul food.
Oh, I love soul food.
Yeah, get some greens, some candy yams.
Oh, yeah. Bring me the yams all day long, man.
Bring you the yams.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I get to the yams?
I'm a yam man.
Okay.
All right. Some stuff looks like it's going to be setting up for WrestleMania. You had mentioned the battle that was going on with Drew and Jacob Fatu. We kind of saw that coming. R-Truth and Damian Priest win the tag titles.
Yeah.
A little help from the Wyatt Six as they knocked off Tama Tonga and JC Mateo.
I love it.
I
love it. Look, and the reason why
I don't know.
Let's put a little black history in there. R-Truth, if you think of this stat now, and it's freaking insane. R-Truth is literally the first wrestler, I think, honestly, he won a title in his 20s. He won a title in his 30s. He won a title in his 40s. And now he's won a WWE title in his 50s. What other athlete can say they did that? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ron Killings. Like I said, he ultimately found the fountain of youth. And then shout out to this dynamic going back to their Judgment Day days, which was with Damian Priest and R-Truth.
I love both of those guys.
It don't sound like you love them too much.
But
see, look, here comes the butt. That means you don't love them.
Tag champs in 3 or 4 weeks after they just started teaming up. Okay, let's see what are we gonna do at WrestleMania now with those guys?
Ladder match. Another ladder match or another multi-team match.
Oh, you want to put them in with the Wyatt Six and the
MFTs?
Let's just have it like they can bring some friends and we'll just have like an 18-man scramble for the tag titles. Why not?
Exactly.
Why not? Sure. We had the Bellas and the Irresistible Forces. That ended up in no contest, and Charlotte and Alexa came in. Are we really going to get the Bellas wrestling. And you know what? They're gonna win.
You are.
They're gonna win the tag titles.
You are. It's gonna happen because they got to do something to increase these ticket sales. And one thing ladies love, and it's proven, it is the Bellas. And one thing the Bellas know how to do is market and advertise. So yeah, you're gonna have the Bellas on your WrestleMania card for either night 1 or night 2, and that's gonna help boost your ticket sales in some type of way because you haven't had access for Brie Bella for the last, I want to say, 7 or 8 years. So you can bank on her making her return to the WrestleMania in a women's tag team championship match.
Can I just
bank on it?
Throw this out now. I hate to say it. They didn't look very good in that match. It was it's a different era.
There's an excuse for Nikki, but not Brie. I mean, there's an excuse for Brie, but not Nikki.
Yeah,
Nikki's been back at WWE for a minute now.
What's Brie been doing? She's married to Bryan Danielson.
She's a mother.
You put the kid in the little rocker thing outside the ring and go practice with Bryan. That's what you do.
Right.
Yeah, solve that problem. So we'll see. But yeah, Brittany Brooks will kill me. It's probably going to kill me that I'm talking bad about the belt.
She definitely is. I'm clipping this.
She's going to hurt me.
Let's clipping it because, like I said, I got Brittany Brooks back. She's going to be back with us at the arena for the 3 count thing that we've been doing, the WWE 2K26 tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And when she comes back up in there, I'm definitely showing her this clip and she's going to come for you. But shout out to 3 count. And we're doing a WWE 2K26 tournament today with the new copies of 2K26 that we got exclusive from 2K. So everybody that's on the stream right now, if you're in Las Vegas, make your way to the Luxor Casino. We're going to be doing a WWE 2K26 tournament 3 count inside HyperX Arena with FSW at 2 o'clock. Y'all make sure y'all come through and support.
Nice. Sounds like fun. So it looks like we're headed for that one. We also did get a little bit of a brouhaha at Saturday's Fanatics Flag Football Classic, which was really cool. They had Team USA taking on some NFL guys.
Yeah.
And Odell Beckham made one of the you remember the first one-handed catch he made.
Back here
this was better than that. Go watch that. That was amazing.
I saw it at the back of the end zone.
Oh,
and he gripped it just like this over 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then his feet was clearly a good foot control, and he stayed inside in the back of the end zone. But what's crazier than all that, he's a free agent. Nobody in the NFL has him signed to any type of contract. So yeah, I hope this, because it was on Fox Sports. Yeah. I hope some of these presidents of any of these NFL teams saw that and be like, let's go ahead and give him a final shot.
Yeah, he might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
So Logan Paul and Tom Brady were there.
But seeing this beef,
they got into it.
Yeah,
little snipping at each other, and they've been doing it back and forth on X. Tom Brady, of course, had called wrestling cute and got everybody fired up about that, and then he used the F word.
He used the S word.
He used that word fake.
He used the S word too, scripted.
Yeah, not good.
Not great.
So Logan Paul was in his face. How are we doing this? Because there's going to be something between Logan Paul and Tom Brady at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm about to say this isn't
this isn't random.
It's not random. It's W marketing. Everybody that's in the chat, it's no mistake, and it's common knowledge. All right, that WrestleMania is coming back to Vegas inside Allegiant Stadium. The other team that is inside the Allegiant Stadium is the Las Vegas Raiders. The team president of the Las Vegas Raiders is none other than Tom Brady. So the fact that Tom Brady has been throwing these subliminal shots at the WWE is not by accident.
Yeah, it's not like he was just sitting around saying pro wrestling sucks.
It's not by accident. So yes, there will be some type of involvement from Tom Brady and Logan Paul. But this is what I love. This is why I love that Logan Paul's with WWE. Stuff like this, you don't need to give him a match on WrestleMania. This is what pissed everybody off last year. Him having a match with AJ Styles and ultimately taking that opportunity away from Karrion Kross. Because it should have went to him.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross from Vegas. And then you had the opportunity to do it, and now what? Karrion Kross got released afterwards, so now you can't even go back and do that. So what I'm saying is, this is why you have him as a social media ambassador. For moments like this, he can cross over to other sports. He can talk smack. He can represent WWE. He can let people know how hard it is, how much of a toll it takes on your body, how much of a hybrid athlete you really truly have to be to really endure this and be a part of this. You can't just jump into it. Shout out to Travis Scott. So you really just can't sleep on this and you can't just take it for granted. So I love what they're doing. I'm excited for their involvement. But yes, Tom Brady is going to be involved in some capacity here in Vegas in the Raiders' home of Allegiant Stadium. And I'm excited and I can't wait to see it.
So here's your bet for the day, real quick. Will Logan Paul hit Tom Brady?
Tom Brady's going to hit Logan Paul.
Oh, you don't think he's going to? Tom's not going to take anything?
No, Tom ain't taking jack.
Come on, Tom.
Tom ain't taking jack.
You're listening to the show, Tom. We're
Tom.
in town. Don't be a wuss, man.
Let's not forget, Snoop Dogg has more wins at WrestleMania than Oscar. And then when Snoop Dogg got involved, he in LA, he ain't take jack. He got a win. So the same thing is going to happen in some type of shape, way, or form with Tom Brady.
Well,
believe it.
He had to do that too. I mean, that was a crazy thing that happened with Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah, insane.
Blowing his knee, and Snoop Dogg just hopped in and said, "All right, I'm going to wrestle the Miz here for 2 minutes." It was pretty good stuff from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So Tom Brady's in there. Jelly Roll has been getting involved. Looks like we're going to get Kit Wilson and the Miz taking on Jelly Roll probably, and somebody else. People are speculating it's going to be Danhausen. I don't know about that.
No, people are speculating, and this is a hot take.
Yeah, I think it's a bad
people are speculating that no, that will not be Jelly Roll. Danhausen will not be the newest AEW signing that's gonna tag with Jelly Roll. No, it will be the new AEW signing to WWE that is now known as Royce Keys, who has been left off of TV for weeks and months. And what they're going to do is they're going to save it to where something's going to happen. Kit Wilson's going to get the Miz involved some type of way. They're going to have that's going to be the team on this end. And then they're going to be jumping on Jelly Roll. And then boom, Royce Keys' music is going to come out. He's going to come to Jelly Roll's safety. And the reason being they both have the same type of upbringing where they both had a troubled past. They both had criminal charges in their past life or whatever. But now look at where they came from. You know what I'm saying? So now they both have a similar upbringing, a similar background. So this is why you pair the two. Jelly Roll, Royce Keys across the ring from Kit Wilson and The Miz.
Royce will eat Kit.
I mean, that's must-see TV. WrestleMania.
He's going to eat him.
That's a WrestleMania debut that will win. You know what I'm saying? So Royce Keys can handle that.
We may have Braun Breaker coming back. WWE is thinking he might be able to get back in time, which may set up a match if Seth makes it back him with those two, but we don't know yet. But they're speculating about it. But just talking about some of these other matches that we've added on. Now we're starting to shape this thing up a little bit, and it's sounding like it could be a lot of fun. So we'll find out. Question for you, NJ, on a possible missed opportunity this week on Raw. It was 316 on Monday.
Yeah.
We all know what 316 means outside of church. It means Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin didn't even get a call. I heard the interview they did on Busted Open Radio. They didn't even check in with him to see if he wanted to come down. Is WWE, well, first, is that a mistake? And second, is WWE somewhat done with the Austin and the Attitude Era and just wants to move on?
No, I'm not gonna say that because they did a pivot. They did a pivot. They didn't pivot. They didn't reach out to him because once again, you would if you had plans for Stone Cold to show up at WrestleMania again. So he showed up last year, but it doesn't look like he's gonna be involved in WrestleMania this year. But he's gonna be involved with WWE World. So he is making an appearance at WWE World, so which is good. But I saw that on the Raw episode, they did a 316 sale. So they did like a 30% off sale on all Stone Cold Steve Austin merchandise on WWE Shop. But the fact that they have no creative plans for Stone Cold to be involved at WrestleMania is why they didn't reach out to him and have him on Raw. So 316 day, they just really capitalize on online sales and merchandise sales. But I don't want to say it's a missed opportunity if they didn't have no long-term plans for him, but he will still be involved with greeting the fans, taking pictures with the fans here at WWE World. So I'm excited to see him. I'm gonna stop by.
Yeah, I just that's the part that kind of made me think about this a little bit, because he is going to be at WWE World.
Yeah.
Have him do a video message to everybody real quick, and just say, hey, that's Stone Cold. I'm gonna be at WWE World, and and I might whip your ass and a little something. I think.
Oh yeah, he did that. He did that on his Instagram story.
Yeah, but I mean on the show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
On the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little surprised at that, but I don't know. But by the way, you mentioned that sale. They actually, you remember they did that 25% off sale over President's Day weekend that did not do so well. Well, they actually did okay on this one. Just to give you some quick numbers from WrestleTix, they sold just about 2,000 tickets for WrestleMania Saturday, 2,200 for WrestleMania Sunday. Plus, they picked up 1,400 for the SmackDown in Raleigh, 1,300 for St. Louis, 1,000 for Pittsburgh, 1,000 for San Jose, another 700 or 600 for Lexington. Raw, they sold another 1,800 tickets. They did that in Sacramento too. So the 31.6% sale helped, but. And that's a good thing that they were able to sell tickets, but does it send a message that they were just overpricing these things everywhere?
Oh, yeah, it definitely does. Not even that. The fact that they had to stand down, they had to back off because the last 2 weeks of tickets prices have been dropping. They went from $304 to $265, and they went from $265 to $170. Now they're going from $170 to $144 for Saturday night. At least, and then the $200 range for each ticket is still for Sunday night for Roman and CM Punk. So yeah, TKO, yeah. Y'all tried it with those ticket prices. Y'all try to outprice the family. So yeah, they went ahead and had to drop those prices down, which is great. I love it. I want a lot of families to not feel like they need to take out a damn loan just to take out their families to a freaking WrestleMania. That should not be the case.
Yep.
They shouldn't be doing these payment plans through Cash App over the course of every 2 weeks to pay back for some WrestleMania tickets is getting ridiculous. So you need those crowds to be up in there. You need the crowds to give your performers like the energy and the feedback and the reaction and the pop that they need. Now they can't do that if they can't afford a ticket to the damn arena.
Right.
So TKO, I'm glad that y'all getting y'all foot off the gas a little bit and let these families buy tickets to WrestleMania. So shout out.
Yeah. So keep it in mind, you guys at TKO. Maybe it's time to just chill out. Just chill out a little bit. All right. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the show. We want to get to that story about Ted DiBiase Jr. A couple other ones here we'll try and get through as fast as we can. As we found out, somebody tried to buy WWE. Kind of a surprise. We'll talk about it when we return. Hang on. Mark Hoke Show.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
When people turn to telehealth for weight loss, they're looking for real support. That's why more people are choosing Orderly Meds. Orderly Meds connects you with real doctors and access to proven GLP-1 medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. No guessing, just a more supportive experience. And all shipped directly to your door in discreet packaging. Do your research, ask questions, then visit orderlymeds.com/radio for an exclusive offer. That's orderlymeds.com/radio. Individual results may vary, not medical advice. Eligibility required. See site for details.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000.
1015 FM KDAWN.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
Uh-oh, I've got a black hooded figure. Oh, no, it's NJ. You were ducked down there, brother. You look like one of those black hooded figures on Raw.
All right, don't make me come into that next room and then do you how Moxley did to Keshna.
Oh, I am the black hooded figure. I established that a month ago, but NJ, if you want it, it's all yours.
Appreciate it.
All right.
I'll gladly take it.
Let's speed round this. We got a lot of stuff we got to try and hit in this last segment. This is crazy. Ted DiBiase Jr., he was involved in that welfare fraud lawsuit down in Mississippi.
Yeah. Brett Favre.
His dad, Brett Favre, and a bunch of people were in on this. DiBiase was facing 185 potential years in prison.
Damn.
Not guilty. Jury deliberated for only 4 hours. So Ted DiBiase Jr. he's
a free man
to do what he wants, and no problems with any negative publicity at this point. NJ, I know they let him go a while ago, and then this came up. If you're WWE, where you've got Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in a feud, are you making a call to Ted DiBiase Jr. right now?
Man, yeah. Divide like God's time. He can't. Shout out to Ted DiBiase and his legal team getting him off, because, like I said, there couldn't be a better time for this to be clear and his name to be clear and his family's name to be clear. So, yeah, who could have imagined 2010 and now all these years, 16 years later, 2010, you had a triple threat match: Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase, legacy imploding, and then they had their redemption. Well, they had their climax at WrestleMania in that triple threat. Randy won. Let's do a full circle.
Let's
Give
bring
Ted
him in
DiBiase
there.
the call.
Get him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have him interfere in the match. It doesn't have to end it. Just do a run-in. I think it's a great idea.
Pop up on stage. Maybe, like I said, Randy was on the phone with somebody on Raw, talking to somebody, talking about et cetera, et cetera. Maybe if it wasn't Ted DiBiase, maybe if the plan was to have that be Kevin Owens, now that Ted DiBiase is free and clear, let's just go ahead and make Ted DiBiase the mystery guy that Randy was on the phone with. All you got to do is just pop up on stage.
Yep.
Pop up on stage. Boom. RKO, new champion.
I'm down with that. We also, let's see. We mentioned this. Tony Khan, when WWE was up for grabs, tried to buy WWE. And I'm just saying this. Tony, you shorted it, man. He was like 4th in the bidding. He only bid $76 a share and got crushed. Dude, what are you thinking? But how intriguing would that have been if Tony Khan could have got WWE?
It would have been intriguing, but a lot of stuff would have got lost in translation and communication. And it would have got overwhelmed. But so, like I said, everything happens for a reason. But shout out to Tony showing the moxie to try to go ahead and get the WWE. Yeah, because had he owned it, that would have been must see TV for sure, week to week. Crossovers galore. We probably finally see the AEW WWE dream matches: Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay, the Young Bucks versus the Usos. But hey, man, we just got to leave it to 2K for now.
No, we could still do it. Just saying. Ricochet got in trouble.
Yeah, what did he get in trouble for?
I don't know if you saw this or not, but Ricochet's pretty active on social media and doesn't hold back. He rips people pretty hard. But a fan said something to him on X, and he said to that fan, "I'm glad you got MS." The person had multiple sclerosis, and he said, "I'm glad you got MS." Just trying to play the heel, but is insulting somebody's MS a little too far. He did delete the tweet eventually and apologize, but yeah, what do you think, NJ? Is it off limits to a fan to say something like that?
Yeah, it's off limits once it turns out, like I said, that's what they really have. I get him being a heel. Like I said, there's just some stuff you hit like too close to home. You know what I'm saying? So I guess this comment is what got him in hot water, so to speak, with the fans. From what I believe, I don't think he's have any heat with any of the people backstage at AEW, because it was an honest reaction, the standing character, continue to be the bad guy. So I think Ricochet will be just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. Look, if Tony Khan's gonna, and I asked this to Tony at the press conference about when everybody speak about their politics. So I said, I'm just letting everybody be who they are. That's what makes AEW special. So you know what? It's not the nicest thing to say to somebody, but
right.
He done doed it. So
he done doed it. He done doed it.
Grande Americano, the second one with Ludwig Kaiser, had won the Rey de Reyes tournament down in Mexico, and they did the sword presentation for him, and you could see he was crying and all choked up. And he is just a hero down there, man. They love him.
Right.
How did this happen? But I mean, how great is it for the Ludwig Kaiser dude to have this success that he just kind of stumbled into?
It's good for Ludwig. Like I said, we knew he was going to be a star in WWE. He was going to have some plans for him once he showcased his skills on the mic, providing that intro for Gunther. It's the same with Jacob Fatu. As soon as a person can show their gift of gab and that they can handle themselves on the mic to where they can sell merch, they can portray a character, they can get heat, they can get the crowd hype. It's only up from there. So shout out to Ludwig, and it's only up from here.
Yeah. Do we get the Grande Americanos battling it out?
That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna continue it. It's gonna. I don't want it. I don't want it to that, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna battle it out at WrestleMania, and then they're gonna become a tag team. So then, as they become a tag team, hopefully somewhere down the line, or maybe at WrestleMania, just go ahead and unmask Chad. Go ahead and unmask Chad. Let him go back to being the American, because I liked American Alpha or American Made. I liked that whole dynamic with Chad Gable, the Creed brothers, and Ivan Al. And as you can see, ever since this gimmick with El Grande became a thing, the Creed brothers have been nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Real quick thoughts on Dennis Rodman going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Must have served this celebrity wing Hall of Fame. So yeah, Dennis Rodman, he put in the work, he put in the training, he had this tag match. Well, maybe he didn't, because I remember he did just leave the NBA Finals and then just went and did that match or the appearance on Nitro. So maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I believe he did with Hogan. So shout out, must deserve, because that time that he spent with WCW, it's immortality. Like anytime WCW is mentioned, any type of clip comes up, who's the person you see Dennis Rodman. So much deserved, long overdue. Happy to see Dennis Rodman get some more love from the IWC, the wrestling community.
And a passing of a legend. Loverboy Dennis Condrey from the Midnight Express. And still, I think, the foundation of tag teams today. So many people giving Condrey Condrey's family's best wishes. But man, that one stings a little bit for me. That one stings. But
yeah, rest in peace.
Thoughts on Dennis Condrey and the Midnight Express?
Everything. There wouldn't be a tag team division in the 80s. There wouldn't be a tag team like the Young Bucks. There wouldn't be a tag team like the Harlem Heat, they wouldn't be a tag team.
Like FTR. They're big influences.
Like FTR without the contribution from this man in the Midnight Express. And then we ultimately wouldn't have got the Rock and Roll Express if we didn't have the Midnight Express. So it's a ripple effect. So if it wasn't for him, all the tag teams that we have today that's helping continue our business and evolve our business and continue to get ticket sales and continue to get young wrestlers to aspire to be tag team wrestlers without the Midnight Express. So shout out, rest in peace.
Just smooth, man. I mean, they did things in the ring that nobody had thought of for tag teams. And,
right.
We will miss Dennis Condrey. So, guys, that's going to do it, NJ. Man, we got a lot of stuff we had to talk about today. I still didn't get to all of it. I got a couple things I can save, though. So,
well, what was your thoughts on Roman Reigns and CM Punk ending that segment on Raw this past week?
Oh, I'm torn on that. But old? That's what's made Punk snap? You're old? Okay, sure. Whatever. It's all good. I'm just ready for the match. Let's just do it and have Roman and Rock just, kill CM Punk, and then we'll get Punk and Rock again or something. I don't know. But, yeah. All right, NJ, where can everybody find you real quick?
Hey, make sure y'all can find me today at the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas. 3-count WWE 2K26 tournament. Registration is free event. Come through, come hang out, play WWE 2K26 against some real wrestlers from FSW. Come through at 2 p.m. We'll be there all day from 2 p.m. to 8. That's where you can find me. You can find me on all social media platforms at Nick J. Holiday and Culture Inc. with 2 eyes on the ink.
All right. Guys, we'll see you next week on the Mark Hoke Show. I'm Mark Hoke. Thanks to Coach and NJ. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Want more of the Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show. Like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show. And visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join the Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.
If you live in Clark County, you are at risk of